there, I'm Miss Biz, and you're about to watch a quick guide on mounts in Elder Scrolls Online. I'll cover a few common questions, and they're listed in the description below if you're looking for answer to a specific one. So, the first question is, what is a mount? A mount is an animal or a creature that you can ride, so typically you can get from one place to another quicker, or possibly carry more items in your inventory. So, how does a mount help you? Well, a mount can help you run past fights you don't want to partake in, help you haul much more stuff back to town to sell, or just get you places faster. Where do you actually get a mount? Well, there's currently 2 ways in Elder Scrolls Online that you can get a mount. The first way is using in-game gold. First, you need to find a stable master, which will be at a stable in a city designated by this horse head icon. Fun fact, when ESO first launched, horses were the only animals available to be a mount. Speak to the stable master and you will be able to purchase a horse from them. Be sure to keep listening for explanations on why some of these horses cost more than the first one. The second way to get a mount is to purchase one for crowns in the Crown Store. The Crown Store has a variety of creatures for mounts and also sometimes sells limited edition mounts that are only available for a small amount of time. Just open up your Crown Store, pick a mini selection of the mount you want to look at, and you can purchase one. You can also actually preview mounts before you purchase them, so you can see what your character looks like when they're riding one. If you purchase the Imperial Edition of ESO, you already have a mount and just need to select it in your collectible screen to start using it. Some mounts come as part of a bundle in the Crown Store as well. To go to your collection screen, just select Mount and double-click or press E on whatever mount you want to use. Just so you know that both the Crown Store and the in-game mounts can be improved the same amount and have no differences than how you bought it and how they look. Currently, there are no mounts given for quest completions or achievements in-game, but this could change in the future. I'll update the video description below if that ever does change. What is the difference between mounts? Especially in the in-game stable selection, you will notice the tooltips lead you to believe that some of the more expensive horses start out with more of a certain stat. It used to be this way, so you may still find old guides that say that, but it is no longer true. All mounts at the stable, and the ones you buy in the Crown Store, start with the same stats, and the only difference is looks. So another question, do all your characters need your own mount? No. When you buy a mount, either via in-game or the Crown Store, that mount will be available to use on all of your characters. If you can't seem to get your mount on a different character, be sure to activate in your collection screen like you see me doing so here. This is how you get to your collection screen on the gamepad or on consoles. It's pretty simple. If you're on PC, there is no default keybind for your collection screen, but you can just open up your inventory and open up your collections. Make sure you select mounts and double-click or press E to set as active. Another cool thing that you can do in your collection screen is you can actually rename your mounts. Unfortunately, this is just for you. Other people do not see the name of your mounts, but it's still pretty cool. So you heard me talking about stats and how the mount can help you carry stuff and make you go faster. So how do you actually improve your mount? Well, in ESO you no longer improve your mount, you actually improve your character's riding skill. If you open up your character's selection sheet, here you can see your riding skill level. This is attached to your character and not attached to your mount. This means that if you train up the stamina stat on your character Bob, any mount that Bob chooses to use will have improved stamina. But if you go on your character Joe that you have not improved any skills on, Joe will not have that improved mount stamina. You need to train up all your characters individually. Improving your riding skill can also be done in-game or via the Crown Store. To improve your riding skill in-game, head to a stable with the horse head icon and speak to a stable master. Here you can choose to upgrade one stat. In-game, you can only upgrade one stat every day, and it costs 250 gold each time. The timer actually resets 20 hours after you last improved a stat. To improve your riding skill via the Crown Store, just head there, select Upgrades, and select Riding Lesson. You will notice there are 3 different items, one for each stat. You purchase one of the items, and a stack of books will magically appear in your inventory. Keep in mind, I'm on the PTS right now, so they're really cheap, but normally these are 1,000 crowns per 10 books. Each purchase equals 10 books, and each book raises a stat once. You can trade as much as you want in a day using the Crown Store method. Read the book to actually improve your riding skill. You can put these books in your bank and withdraw them with another character if you want to split them up, but you cannot mail or trade them. Once you read a single book, it gets used and it disappears. So, you're probably wondering, how much can you improve your mount? You can actually increase all 3 stats to 60. You may find old information stating otherwise, but you can indeed increase all 3 to 60. Alright, so you know that you can increase 3 different stats, but what do they all do? Well, speed does exactly what you think it does. It allows your mount to go faster. This is especially useful in Cyrodiil or PvP in general, but it's great in PvE as well. If you get this stat to 60 like I have here, your mount will have a 60% increase in speed compared to when you first received your mount and didn't have any of the speed skills. Stamina gives your horse more stamina. When you tap your sprint key or start by holding it down, you'll notice your mount will gallop. This uses up stamina just like it would on your character, but you have a separate stamina bar on your mount that you can see at the bottom of my screen. You'll notice if you continue holding down sprint, you may continue to go a bit faster than normal even when your horse runs out of stamina. As well, the more stamina riding skill you have, the more damage you'll be able to take before you get kicked off your mount. If your mount's stamina is empty and you get attacked, you will immediately be knocked off your mount. But with a full stamina pool, you'll be able to take quite a few attacks and maybe even just ride on past without getting knocked off. Carrying capacity is the last one, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Each time you raise your carrying capacity stat, you will notice you have one more slot in your personal inventory. This will show in your normal backpack inventory, and there's no special spot to put things in your horse's inventory. You do get that extra inventory slot even when you don't have your mount out. If you'd like to learn more on managing and increasing your inventory in ESO, you'll want to check out my inventory guide. So you've probably seen other people running around with cool armor or other visual items on your mount. How do you get that? When you first raise your riding capacity to at least 20, your mount will now show a sign of having that stat raised. So if you raise your stamina to 20, your mount will now have armor. If you raise your speed to at least 20, your horse will get some leather strapping, or the other mounts will actually receive leg wraps. If you raise your carrying capacity to 20 or more, your mount will get saddlebags. Once you receive the visual upgrades, you can actually pick and choose which ones you want to show on your mount. You just head to your settings, head to gameplay, and you'll see you can hide the stamina upgrade. Your screen will reset, and there you go, I'm now hiding my stamina upgrade. I can also choose to show that, but take away the carrying capacity, which would take away those little saddlebags. You can customize how your mount looks. As well, what you see on what you choose to hide is actually what everyone else sees on your mount too. So how exactly do you even get your mount to use it? Well, after you have made sure to select your mount in the collection screen, you can summon it. You cannot summon your mount while in combat, so you need to not be fighting anybody. On PC, the default keybind is H to get on your mount. On PlayStation 4, you hold down the trackpad, and on Xbox, you hold down the view button. That's all there is to know about mounts in Elder Scrolls Online. If you have any questions, be sure to leave a comment and I'll answer as quickly as I can. If this video helped you, be sure to hit that like button and even subscribe if you'd like to get notified of my future videos. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.